Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker once again, and today what we're doing is something very exciting. We are installing this lovely new Brembo RCS19 master cylinder onto the GSX-R. Why are we doing that? Because I want to, pretty much. No other real reason other than I want to. So yeah, but basically the set looks cool. So I got all of this stuff from Cardo online because they were cheaper than most places. So I got my lovely new Brembo reservoir. I got the smoked one. You get all this stuff, which is things that come with it. So I love some lovely Brembo stickers. Not sure what this is. Something I don't need. We get a double banjo for this, and yeah, that's kind of it. What I also bought from Cardo, as they recommended it, was this changeover kit to allow me to fit this master cylinder to my current setup. So this is just a lot of changeover bolts. We got basically our double banjo. This will mount to the Brembo brake master cylinder essentially, and then we will mount our cables to this. So that's great, or our brake lines to this. And then also something large just jumped on the roof, and it is nighttime, so if I die, it was lovely knowing you all. And then we also have our mounting kit for the reservoir. So basically everything will it's a little put it together set, and you get lots of extra bits, which I probably won't use all of them. Oh, hello, Cleo's in here, the cat. Cleo, the cat, can you see her? There she is. Go Cleo. So that's kind of everything. I'm not sure how long this is going to take me. Hopefully not too long. But yeah, I also got a little brake switch. So the brake switch is important to me because this bike, obviously I want it to be still usable on the road too. So this does fit on just in here like this. So if we pull that out a little bit. So basically these are like push in clips. So I'm just pulling the lever out a bit. That's pushed in, and now we have a brake switch. Which it should hopefully bullet connector just plug straight into the old system. If not, obviously look, we can make that work. This is where one of these is going to mount. So if we go, let's try and mount this right now. So this is the Fren Turbo kit, and basically all this does is just lets you mount your old brake lines to this. So not sure yet which way I'll put this, but just it's loosely on there for now. Probably that way. Yeah, it'll have to be facing that way, so we'll tighten all that up. But basically that will now let me mount my brake lines straight in like they would have been. So there's just less messing essentially than there would have been otherwise. Which is nice. It's a nice little kit from Cardo, in fairness, and they actually recommended that to me on their Q&A thingamajig. So then this obviously mounts on here, so I would imagine. Cleo, seriously, stop making so much noise. So that like rubber bush just goes through there. This could also mount to my old perch. We'll have a look in a minute anyway. But basically, and then this pipe here, so we'd have to get one of these. Oh, that's a rough out of the cut, isn't it? I don't like that now. We'll clean that up. So then these pipes will essentially hook everything together. So you just want to get that little pinch guy fitted on there. Oh, it's a very strong pinch guy. I suppose it's probably supposed to be a very strong pinch guy, but I'm just going to get the two of them on so that they're kind of ready. I'm assuming this is where all this stuff goes. I don't know yet, and obviously I would assume that drops through there and fits onto that. I'm just going to let this cat out. So what I'm going to do next is just loosen all of this off to have it loose. I'm going to loosen this very slightly so it doesn't leak too much. Loosen all these bolts off and also loosen this perch, so that's where that's going to go. And then we'll take all this off and fit on the Brembo one, and then lose as little fluid from down below as possible and bleed from the top, so that hopefully it all works. That's where our new perch goes. And yeah, we should hopefully be good to go then. When you're working near brake fluid and you want to keep your bike nice, always put down a cloth or something. So what I'm going to do now, and then loosen these off and get them back into this master cylinder as quickly as possible, essentially. That is our Brembo, very loosely fitted. So what I'm going to do now is just tighten it all up and then clean everything down with brake cleaner, because I did spill a little bit of brake fluid on myself, and then we'll be good to put everything else together. It's very important as well, even at this early stage, what I'm just going to do is put my hands on it and just check how the actual position feels, up and down position, because I might very well have to move this. Yeah, that feels good. So that's kind of where I'm happy with the positioning. Now we just need to mount everything else. So in classic me style, I forgot to record the last few bits that I did. I got involved in my work. So basically what I did was I had to trim the mount that came with it to make it fit, but it fits now, which is nice. It looks great, and now what I'm about to do is bleed it from this bleeder here. I have filled up the reservoir with fluid, and basically the reason you can bleed from the top is because I know my lines are full of fluid, well I hope so, and I'm just going to bleed into this cup here until we get some pressure, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'm not going to make you watch me bleed it. Basically it's the same as you've seen a billion times. Squeeze, 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 hold, crack open the bleeder, rinse and repeat until you have no more air. I do need to find my clear line to check for air, but first I just want to build back up pressure. Okay, so when I went to edit the end of this video, I realized that I don't know, did I delete the last file, or did it get corrupted? I don't know. One way or the other, it's not here. So we'll go over there in a second. But the RCS19 brake master cylinder, is it worth fitting? Well, actually, kind of beneficially for this video, I've since done a track day with it. And yes, it's worth fitting. What a difference over the stock brake master cylinder. Now, that shouldn't surprise anyone, because I mean, it's you know, it's technology that's at least 20 years newer, if you want to put it that way. I know we're 25 years on from the GSX-R behind me, but the technology is probably 20 years newer, thereabouts. So it is a huge upgrade. Obviously went from a axial brake master cylinder to this radial one. So yes, it's worth it. The price, in my opinion, is worth it. The feel I got on the brakes, I felt like I could brake more effectively, and the only time I've gotten to use it is in the rain. So I mean, if I felt that confident in the rain, I can't wait to try this thing in the dry. I really can't. I believe the phrase is chomping at the bit in horse terms. Yeah, I really want to try it. Anyway, that's the main thing. Is it perfect though? No, not for this bike, and I'll explain why now. So there are a few things. One of the said things is fitment. So you might notice this fork is dropped down and I'm missing a handle clip-on, because it's currently removed and there somewhere. And I do have new clip-ons. I'm just waiting for a part, because I got two right-hand clamps rather than right and left. I don't know, small mix-up there by the place where I bought it. But anyway, look, these things happen. So there is some fitment, and the reason I'm trying these new clip-ons is because this over here, you'll notice in the track day I'm not running my clocks. The reason for that is because just this bit right here actually hits the very edge of the clocks. which wouldn't be a major issue, except that it actually also makes the brakes come on ever so slightly, which obviously is an issue that's far less than ideal. I don't like that. so that's not good. So we couldn't leave that like that. Now I could also mess with my steering stops, which I have to fix anyway, but I just think that it was limiting me that little bit too much. So I think the clip-ons combined with the steering stops that I have to do anyway, because the lower triple is now a Hayabusa lower triple. The two of them together should mean that I have enough clearance on the brake lever itself, which obviously is the main thing. But from like how doable is this, Ility? Very. So like, it's really easy to fit. You just clamp it to your handlebar, you know what I mean? It's not difficult. Mounting the actual reservoir, also pretty straightforward. I just literally cut. One second. I just literally cut this a bit and mounted it, and I'm probably going to have to change that now because that's actually mounted to the original clip-on. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll make a new bracket. It's fine. I've metal over there to make stuff out of. So not a big deal. You can also easily wire up the brake lights. I haven't done that yet, but I will do it, and I'll show you how. If you want to see it, that is. Obviously, it's not going to be in this video, but it's quite easy. If you want. Will I wire it? I suppose I could. I mean, I could wire it, but nah, I won't, because I don't even know am I going to wire it up. This bike is only being used on the track at the moment. It's not only going to be on the track, but I will show you this when I wired up totally. That will be happening at some point, and I'll show it to you. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's basic brake bleeding. Oh shit, I forgot I have to push them back. It's basic brake bleeding. If you don't know how to do that, I've done videos on brake bleeding before, or there's also plenty of other good ones online. Look them up. Are there any challenges then if you're doing this job? Yeah, not really. Time and patience, like just sticking it on there, getting your positioning right, getting it comfortable. That's straightforward and easy, and just bleeding the brakes. That's it. Check your clearance. If you're putting it onto an SRAD like this, you may also have a little bit of clearance issues. If you have the original triple and forks on, you might not have the same issue I have because of the original steering stops. It very well could be an issue that it's just because I have the Hayabusa lower yoke on and Hayabusa forks. That could very well be the reason. But yeah, I think all of that is also, it's not insurmountable. They're not big problems. They're relatively small problems if you want to put on one of these master cylinders. And in the grand scheme of things, is it worth upgrading your brakes to that? Absolutely. Like 5,000 million % it's worth it. The brake difference is phenomenal. It's night and day. It's such a huge change. But yeah, look, that's it. That's all I have to say. I hope this video made some form of sense. I'm sorry I lost my original outro, but these things happen. If you're thinking about doing this type of upgrade to your bike, your older 20-year-old sports bike or something, going from an axial brake master cylinder to a radial, my advice would be very, very much worthwhile. Money well spent in terms of upgrades. You can spend all the money in the world to make your bike go faster, but in reality, most people don't use all their power anyway. You're better off just being able to stop better, because that's where you overtake a lot of people anyway. So, you know, don't take my word for it if you don't want. But if you're looking at upgrades, I would just say consider the brakes first. I think they made a huge difference, and that's it. If you've watched, thank you very much for watching. A massive thank you, as always, to all of my patrons. You're all legends, and I appreciate your support massively. Thank you very much. And yeah, until next time. This will be back out on track again soon, hopefully. Yeah, thanks again for watching. Adios. Outro crew. What we're going to be doing soon is, I don't think you see it. No, you can't see it. The CBF is getting a coolant change. I also am doing the forks as well, so a couple of things coming on the CBF. If you like to see them, yeah, stay tuned. So I'm going to do coolant change, forks. I think that's actually it. I think that's pretty much. I think that's bike is as sorted as it needs to be then for now. So yeah.